When Hollywood woke up this morning, no one expected the kind of news that would stop the industry in its tracks. The air felt heavy, the mood somber, and across Los Angeles, hearts broke as the headlines spread. Diane Keaton, gone at 17. The woman who gave us laughter, love, and the kind of charm you can't fake suddenly gone. The official statement was short, too short. Her family confirmed her passing but offered no details. No cause of death. No final moments. Just a gentle request for privacy. And in that silence, the questions began. What really happened to one of Hollywood's brightest souls? Diane Keaton wasn't just a star. She was a feeling, that quirky smile, that nervous laugh, the confidence that somehow never felt rehearsed. She was proof that you could be different, and that difference could make you timeless. Born Diane Hall in Los Angeles in 1946. She was a California dreamer from day one, but her journey to the top wasn't built on privilege or shortcuts. It was built on grit, on courage, on the belief that even if the world doesn't see your light, you keep shining anyway. After high school, while others settled into safe lives, she packed her bags and left for New York City. Imagine it: cold nights, tiny apartments, and endless rejection letters. She studied acting, waited tables, and walked miles between auditions that rarely ended with a callback. But Diane kept going. Something inside her refused to quit. Those early years were tough, but they shaped her. They gave her a quiet strength that audiences would one day feel in every scene she played. She once said, acting wasn't about pretending, it was about revealing the truth inside yourself. And maybe that's why she connected so deeply with people. She never hid who she was. Then, in 1972, lightning struck. She landed the role of Kay Adams in The Godfather. It was the role that changed everything. Standing opposite Al Pacino, Diane delivered a performance that blended innocence with heartbreak, devotion with disillusionment. Kay wasn't just Michael Corleone's wife, she was the moral compass of the story. The one who saw the darkness before anyone else. The world noticed, critics raved. Suddenly, this once-unknown actress was part of a cultural phenomenon. But success never made her arrogant. While others chased fame, Diane chased truth. Her return in The Godfather Part 2 and later Part 3 proved her depth. But what was happening behind the scenes would soon shape the next chapter of her life. She met Woody Allen, and what started as collaboration turned into creative chemistry the world had never seen before. Together, they made Annie Hall, a film that didn't just win awards. It redefined storytelling itself. Diane's performance as Annie Hall was lightning in a bottle. Funny, awkward, smart, unsure, lovable all at once. It was her. Woody Allen wrote the part with her in mind, using her birth name, Hall, for the character. And that's when she became a style icon. The loose men's shirts, the vests, the hats, the look that would influence fashion for generations. Women saw her and realized they didn't have to fit the mold. They could dress for themselves, talk like themselves, be themselves. The Oscar she won for Annie Hall in 1977 was just confirmation of what audiences already knew. Diane Keaton wasn't acting. She was living truth on screen. Through the 80s and 90s, she refused to slow down. Each role was different, yet somehow, still her. The First Wives Club, Father of the Bride. Something's Gotta Give. Each performance carried that unmistakable Diane Keaton energy. Sharp wit wrapped in warmth. Co-stars loved her. Directors admired her. Behind the scenes, everyone said the same thing: she treated you like an equal. There was no Hollywood ego, no distance. Working with Diane felt like spending time with your funniest, most thoughtful friend. Betty Midler, her First Wives Club co-star, posted a heartbreaking tribute within hours of the news breaking. She wrote, Diane was a complete original, hilarious, generous, and utterly without guile. She meant that Diane was real, in a world built on illusion. Kimberly Williams Paisley, who played her daughter in Father of the Bride, said filming with Diane was one of the greatest honors of her life. And when you look at their scenes together, you can feel it. That mother-daughter tenderness wasn't just scripted. It was something deeper. Tributes began flooding in. Viola Davis, Josh Gad, and so many others called her an inspiration, a beacon of authenticity in an industry that often rewards the fake. But what made Diane Keaton truly stand apart was the life she built outside the spotlight. She never married. She adopted 2 children on her own, creating the kind of family that Hollywood rarely writes about: a woman defining happiness on her own terms. She dated some of the biggest names in film: Woody Allen, Al Pacino, Warren Beatty, but she chose independence over dependency. That decision made her a symbol of strength for women who refused to be defined by anyone else's expectations. As years passed, Diane's fame never faded. She continued acting, directing, writing books, even narrating audio. She explored architecture, photography, and art with the same curiosity she brought to film. Every new project proved she wasn't just a performer. She was a creator in every sense of the word. Her fashion sense remained iconic. The hats, the blazers, the layers, they weren't just clothes. They were statements. She showed the world that aging isn't about fading away. It's about evolving. She made 70 look like the new 60, and she did it with class. Then, just weeks before her passing, Diane posted on Instagram, smiling, radiant, alive. Fans are now revisiting those posts, reading captions like prophecies, wondering if there were signs they missed. She looked healthy, strong, content. That's what makes this so hard to process. How can someone who seemed so vibrant be gone so suddenly? The family's silence is understandable. Grief doesn't owe the public an explanation. But that void, no details, no timeline, has led to endless speculation. Was it sudden? A health issue she kept private? Something unexpected? We may never know. Yet amid the mystery, one truth remains. Diane Keaton represented something pure in an industry that often forgets what that means. She wasn't chasing fame. She wasn't playing games. She was simply doing what she loved, telling stories. Directors who worked with her said, she came to set fully prepared but never controlling. She listened. She collaborated. She made everyone better. And she did it without stealing the spotlight. Her generosity, both on and off screen, became legendary. Crew members recalled her writing thank you notes after productions ended. Young actors said she took time to give advice when she didn't have to. It wasn't an act. It was who she was. Even her fashion legacy deserves its own story. Those menswear-inspired outfits she wore in Annie Hall weren't chosen by a stylist. They were her own clothes. They symbolized individuality, comfort, freedom. Decades later, designers still cite her as a muse. Diane taught generations that elegance has nothing to do with perfection. It's about authenticity. And, as the world processes her death, that's the word people keep coming back to. Authentic. She was successful without being a sellout. Famous without being fake. Talented without being tortured. In a time when so many celebrities chase attention, Diane Keaton chose grace. She stayed private, humble, and endlessly curious. Her passing isn't just the loss of an actress. It's the end of an era. Hollywood will move on, as it always does, but something will be missing: the spark she carried, the sincerity she brought, the quiet confidence that made her unforgettable. There will be tributes, award show montages, retrospectives on streaming platforms, film schools dissecting her performances frame by frame. But no matter how many times we revisit her work, we'll always feel that absence. Because Diane Keaton wasn't just playing characters, she was reminding us of ourselves: flawed, funny, hopeful, human. And maybe that's why her death hurts so much. Because she wasn't distant, she was familiar. She was the friend who never judged. The woman who made you laugh even when life didn't feel funny. The mystery of her passing may never be solved, but maybe that's okay. Maybe her legacy isn't about how she left, but how she lived. She showed us that authenticity never goes out of style, that laughter is a kind of courage, and that being yourself, completely yourself, is the most beautiful performance of all. Diane Keaton reminded us that art is not about fame, it's about truth. She lived without filters, aged without fear, and loved without apology. Her laughter will echo in every film reel, her voice in every heart she touched. Generations from now, young actors will study her, not just for her technique, but for her soul. The way she made silence powerful, the way she turned awkwardness into art, the way she made imperfection feel perfect. Diane Keaton may be gone, but the magic she left behind will live forever, through every film, every photograph, every quote that still makes us smile. A true original, a legend, a light that will never fade. Rest in peace, Diane, and thank you for reminding the world what it means to be real.